Hey, what's cracking? Hope this video finds you doing well today. Hope everything, my friend, is going your way. I would like to thank you for clicking on the video today. If it's the first time you've ever watched one, my name is Ricky Dye, and I went to prison when I was 15 years old in the state of Oklahoma. I was there for 20 and a half years before I got out. I can't do anything about what happened that put me in prison, but what I can do is try to share what I went through in hopes that it stops someone else from doing the same thing. And with that, I've started my stories. I start at the beginning. You'll enjoy them best if you start them that way, because I start when I'm 15 and what happened and what led to me committing my crime and going to prison and being certified as an adult and sent on to prison with grown men. And I started off just telling my story as it happened. And so if you've been keeping up today, we're going to jump right back into my story. And I've been at Cushing the last few videos, and I told you might want to watch video 78. It was also a part of Cushing. So I was on phases in the last video, but eventually that guy that I hit in the head with a lock, he left. The guy that I had choked over my celly, he shipped out to a minimum. So I had separatees on me all over the system. So they had a hard time finding where to send me, where someone didn't have a protective custody paper against me. A separatees is what they're called. But what that means is you can't go on the yard or be where that guy's at because he's afraid of you, or the guards have found some reason why he should be afraid of you. Or they believe that he's in danger if you're around him. So, because it was so hard to ship me, those two guys, once they shipped, they decided to put me right back out on the yard. So they ended up putting me in phases, and then I worked my way off of phases. And now I'm back on A unit where I started, but I live over there on the bottom run. And I was used to having all that tobacco and having all the things I wanted. And I had had these guys running these stores for me. I had run football tickets a year before and was used to having all the canteen to being the man. And now that I'm not getting all that canteen, and I still have a little store going, but a lot of those guys have messed my money off. And guys that are supposed to be running a store for me have shipped because I was back there a long time, over 3 4 months, and then several months in phases. And during that time, the yard flips, and I lost most of my stuff. So by the time I get off of the lockup and I get back in phases, off phases, and I get back out in the regular yard where I can go back to visit like I used to be able to. I've got a small store going, but I'm trying to get back on my feet. Now, during the time when I was selling that store off and having people send money when I was in lockup because I was afraid I'd lose it, having sent it to my books, I ended up with over $400 on my cell partner's books. A guy that was my cell partner I trusted had over 400 on his books, and I had over 500 on mine. And then I still had a few people in the yard here and there that owed me a little money. But I come up with the idea I was going to have my mom bring me some tobacco, but I had to find a way to get it in. Couldn't find another way to get it in bulk like that. But there was this homosexual that lived in my day room. Wasn't going to bring it in through the visiting room because if you put it in keisters, a pouch is about the size of a roll of quarters. But that's $100, but that's not worth trying to bring back in your butt. Can't get very much. But this homosexual comes and tells me he can do 3 or 4 of them. He can do 4 pouches. If I take 4 pouches and put a pouch and a third in each one and put it in 3 keisters, he can get them all at once, 4 pouches a top. I was like, man, that's a lot of stuff. Are you sure you can do that? And he guarantees me he can do it. He tells me he gets these suppositories from medical that help your hemorrhoid go down, and it supposedly makes everything shrink up. And he says he can do 3 of these at one time, and he'll do it if I'll give him one of the pouches. So I agreed to it. And while I was in lockup, there was a guard back there. I won't say his name, but there was a guard in lockup with me, and he was a real cool guy. And I'm gonna tell you, this guy shouldn't have had that job as a guard because he had too much empathy for the inmates. He's seen himself as he could have been there just as easy as we were. And so he didn't want to treat us like shit, treat us like people. And a couple times while I was in lockup, he caught me smoking a cigarette in DU. And he didn't shake my cell down or tear my cell up. And I've caught him dipping. And he wasn't supposed to be dipping. And one day he gave me a dip. So me and him were pretty cool, man. And here's the other thing. We come in to visit. This guy's sweet on my mom, man. He would always try to kind of flirt with my mom. My mom said, that guy likes me. He always flirts with me. She don't flirt back. She's with someone. She's with my stepdad. But she said, this guy here, he likes me. If I would, he'd go out with me. So I talk her into bringing me these 4 pouches of top and these 3 things. Mom, it's only tobacco. I shouldn't be asking you to do it, but that's $400. It's going to help me get this money together. I need to make this other deal. Um, she don't want me making no deal. She wants me to come home. But I keep on and on and on. And she brings me these 3 things in her waistband. They're just tobacco. She's not going to go to prison for it or anything. Just tobacco. But she said, how am I going to get rid of these? What am I going to do with these? So I tell her, I wanted to go over there and just, where you buy chips and stuff, just open it up, buy you some chips, and just drop them in there. Now, at this visiting room, I'm allowed to touch quarters and go buy what I want from the machine. So I said, you just go over there to the machine, buy what you want, and drop them in there. I'll come right behind you and get them out of there, and I'll pass them off to him. I didn't want to take a chance on my mom trying to deal with someone else and get her getting caught because I was going to do it. So when she goes to the chip machine, I went over to the microwave. It's right by it. As soon as she puts them in there, I turn around to go get them. And when I do, that guard steps right over there to it and opens it up and checks it. He looked down there and looks right at those. And he looked over at my mom and he looked back at me and he looked like someone threw something at him, man. Like I threw a rock at him or something. He was like he didn't know what the shit he busted us, and he didn't say nothing, man. He turned around, he looked at me again and shook his head and walked off and let me get those out of there. And my mom said if he wouldn't have liked me, he would have got us. If it wouldn't have been for him liking me, he would have got us. I said, Mom, he's gave me a dip and everything. He can't really bust me. She said he would have busted us. If he didn't like me, he would have busted us. So I didn't ask her to ever do that again. But I did get those in there. So I get those in there and I sell one of them for $100. I'm selling some for canteen. I'm selling the canteen to have the money sent to my mom's house. I do a disbursement off my books for $500 and send it to my mom's house. And I have this sale partner send it to my mom's house. And what I'm doing is I'm getting together all the money I can. Because there's this black dude. He's a Crip. His name is Two. You did it, you little rascal. I don't hate you now because you end up making it right, but you know what you did. So I meet Two in the gym. He's off a different unit. He lives on C unit, but I've been helping Two out on several deals. We've been on the yard here for a while, back all the time, all the way since I got that tobacco stuff going. He's been on the yard with me a while. And I've helped get stuff in for Two. I got him in a cell phone. That's how he's doing all his business. And also, he was trying to get some dope in, some crank, and he couldn't find nowhere to get it. All he could get was cocaine. So I hooked him up with this white dude that could get crank from the streets to help him be able to get it. And so if it wouldn't have been for me, he wouldn't be getting crank. So he's scoring his crank from this white dude I introduced him to that he would have never talked to if it wasn't for me. And he's getting his weed through a girl. His girl's getting their weed through a girl that I introduced him to. So he's scoring because of me. I've given him the phone. I've given him the hookups. So I go to him and say, hey, Two, man, look, my shit, I can't get all that tobacco in here. I can't get my people to bring drugs. I'm not going to ask. All I got is my mom and my family. I'm not going to ask them to bring drugs and stuff in here. I can't get my tobacco in, but I got money, man. Make me a deal. What kind of deal would you make me? So he makes me a deal. If I can come up with $2,000, 2,000, he's going to buy an ounce of dope, an ounce of crank from this guy for 1,600, and he's going to take 400 and buy a quarter pound of some real good weed, and he's going to split it all with me. I'm going to buy it all. He's going to get it all. He's going to bring it all in. We're going to split it. $2,000. So I couldn't come up with $2,000. I'm either between $800 and $1,000 short or something. And my mom and them end up giving me the money. And I tell them, I want you to take that money and go meet this black girl up here in the city and give her this money. My mom's like, go up there and meet her and give her $2,000. $2,000? People get killed over that. You sure you want me to give her that much money? Mom, I can trust him. I can trust this guy. Just go up there and give her the money. Goes up there and gives her the money. And boom, they come and get me and lock me up. I mean, the next day. He gets the money the next day. I'm in lockup. Nobody knows why I'm in lockup. I don't know why I'm in lockup. So all this comes after I've already tore DU up. So, man, I am mad. I'm throwing a fit. I'm really upset. Now I really want to leave this yard. But, man, I got $2,000 out there. Two's got $2,000 in my money. So I'm in a cell where you can bang on the wall And when they go to chow and stand around side chow, if they holler real loud, you can hear them out there. And I'm raising hell. Somebody get two, bring him to the wall. Somebody get two, bring him to the wall. And finally, first he ignores me for several days. Finally, I get him to the wall. He's like, man, that's going to bring too much heat. What's up, man? We're still going with the plan. I'm going to handle that. I'm going to get that to you. So I'm nervous as hell, man. Cause it's supposed to be following this in like 4 days' time. It's supposed to happen. So the other thing is, I owed some money myself. I owed $100 to this dude for weed, $50 to that dude for weed, $100 to that dude for weed. I owed for some canteen. There was a little young black dude over here on the unit I lived in. Man, this little dude was a little nervous dude. He's one of them dudes that act like you're going to beat him out of $1.50. And I'm always talking to him. He's always wanting to fight people over almost nothing. I'm always telling him, calm down, calm down. They're going to pay you. You're tripping, man, blah, blah, blah. Young cat, real nervous. Always feeling like he had to prove himself. And I owed him about $20 worth of shit. First thing happens, this dude, I hear he's running around out there saying I caught out because I owe him $20 canteen. This mother, well, I'm so mad I can't see straight. I want to get back out in the yard and confront that dude so bad I can't stand it. So people are telling me to come to lockup. That dude over there saying you caught out. Dude over there saying you caught out. And I can't get out of lockup. Nothing I can do. I'm fucking locked up. They won't even tell me why. But I know it's over that fucking money. So I write to a letter and I say, man, you need to go around to this person, this person, this person. Tell them you got my money and you're going to pay them when I get the shit. You need to go around there and tell them. And I'm putting pressure on him from a couple of UABs I know and another black dude I know to put pressure on too to make sure he handles his business. So he goes around, tells these guys, hey man, I got something going with Rick. I'll take care of it when it all happens. Well, come that weekend, he gets that shit. He's supposed to get that shit and go give these people a certain amount and send me the rest in lockup. And he don't. He don't send my shit. And he keeps making up excuses. And I'm asking him, did he pay you guys? The guys that I owe, they're coming to the wall saying, hey, Rick, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Rick? Man, that happened and he's not taking care of us. What's up? And he starts telling them, oh, man, Rick, I'm waiting on him to handle his shit. He's had my money is how he got that shit. Dude, I was so upset I couldn't see straight. And he knew I couldn't do nothing about it. I wrote my mom a letter. And I told her what he did. My mom called his girl and said, hey, just like I came and brought you that $2,000, I'll come and get it back. And that girl's like, I already took them what they're supposed to have. And my mom said, that don't mean shit. Said he didn't do what he's supposed to do. And now my boy's in there and you got people talking bad about him. And if he don't take care of it, I'm coming to get that money back. Said, I don't have that money. My mom said, I don't care. I'm coming to get it. So next thing I know, within a couple of days of me writing that letter, my mom called and told her all that shit. Basically told her she's coming to get her money. So next thing you know, two's around there at the wall telling me, hey, I just went and paid them dudes. I'm sending your shit. You need to get your mom, man. Call your mom off my girl, homeboy. You got your mom's freaking my girl out. Your mom's got my girl scared. She said she ain't messing with nothing no more. You about to fuck my business off. I said, dude, you tried to fuck me over for $2,000, motherfucker. You know it. Oh, I just hadn't get a chance to do it yet. No, you had several days. You weren't gonna do it. The only reason you did it is because my mom's a motherfucking G. That's why you did it. Because your girl don't want my mom coming back up there. So I've told you my mom is a writer, but I'm telling you, you really have no idea just how much of a writer she is. My mom taught me to be a writer, so I learned it from her. But she's a good God-fearing woman, and she would help a stranger, and she believes in the Lord, and she's on me for every time I cuss in these videos. Good video, but you sure cuss too much. So I try not to do that, but a lot of times I'm back in these places, man. I try not to even think about prison. I want to tell you that. I'm setting aside days that I work on these YouTube videos. Try to work on the comments. I talk to a lot of people on Messenger. I make phone calls with people. Spend some time on the phone sometimes to talk and text. I do a lot of conversations on messengers. I have a lot of comments. I go out of my way to answer all those comments. If I haven't answered a comment, I simply haven't seen it. As far as I know, I'm caught up with today. But wow, they are getting harder to keep up with, let me tell you. But I appreciate it. And so I try to spend time doing all that and then making the videos. But I don't want to spend all my time thinking about prison. Because that will make my life not as happy as it is. And I try to be happy every day. That's not just something I say. When I tell you to pick up your blessings, That's something that I have to do every day. A lot of times I don't like what's playing in the channel, man, up here, so I have to change the station. And that's the only way to really be happy. When the emotions get to be too much, the problems are too much, I just unplug it. Just unplug it. Turn the emotions off. Think about it logically. Try not to let the emotions get involved. A lot happier that way. With that, I got a little something to talk about the shirts. If you're one of these people, your shirts went off today. Christine Hoffman, Ben Seaborn, Roger Williams, John Doe, Ethan Wachowski, Randy Wilson, Michael Branzett, Samaya Walker. All of your shirts are already in the mail. Robert Nichols, you emailed me, brother. You told me you wanted a large blue one, but you didn't give me the address. I answered your email 2 or 3 times, but you haven't responded yet. So please email me again the address where you want that shirt to go. I've got it for you. I just need to know where to send it. Christopher Smith, John Ullman, and Jason, you haven't claimed your shirt yet. So my email is in the description on the video, or you can hit me up through Facebook Messenger. The link to Facebook's in the message in my description on the video as well. You can friend me on Facebook and send me a message as well there. Now, for the shirt giveaway, I promised I would give another shirt away for someone who commented on that video that the shirts are here. So this is the people. Here's the hat. This is the people who commented. Jason J. Z Thumb Z Two Thumb Tommy. My bad. Two Thumb Tommy. There's yours. Eternal Searcher. Cooking Soon. Missouri Kid. Kenneth Henson. Jen K. Cope Scale. LB Dreamin'. Brian Wilkinson. Tim Cunningham. Mike Ridgway. Hugh Kidden. Susan Stacy. Michael Bradley. Beach Girl. JMC Nugs. August West. Marvelous Dave. Munchie. Lieutenant Aldo Rain. Randy Wolford. Let Me Stab You. Nice one, bro. Nice one. Levi Nolan and Micro. You know what the other word is. I'm not saying it. So, shaking them up real good. Yeah. Michael Ridgway. You won the shirt. I'll do these now and then. Michael Ridgway, same thing. Hit me up through the Gmail. It's in the description, or through Facebook Messenger. The Facebook link is in the description as well. I will be giving out shirts here and there. The shirts that I have left, I have mostly large and extra large. There are a couple medium. They're green, gray, light blue, and red. They'll be $25, and I'll mail them to you. I'll pay for the shipping and handling. I found out the hard way today that it costs between $6 and $8 to mail those shirts. The shirts, he was charged $16.50 a piece for them. Yeah, $16.50 is what we paid for each shirt. It was $24.50 for each shirt if we only bought 12, but because he bought me 24, he got a little break. Got them for $16.50 a piece. 2X's were an extra $2.50, but they're gone. So I have a large and extra large in all 4 colors. If you'd like to get one, they're $25. I'll pay the shipping and handling. Hit me up in Gmail or through Facebook on the Messenger. I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do that for me. Shout out to the riders and dyers, riders who ride till the wheels fall off and the dyers keep riding even when they do. You guys stick with me. You'll end up with a shirt, I promise. May God bless, keep, and protect each one of you until I see you again. Peace out.